Celebrate art, celebrate fashion. Today on Instagram with Jen Ancelin's Ferdy Fashions. That's right, Ferdy, F-I-R-T-Y Fashions. Follow Jen's Ferdy Fashion trends from designers all over the world. Ferdy Fashion is designed to bring out the best of the best in you. Ferdy Fashions on Instagram, ferdyfashions.com. That's F-I-R-T-Y fashion.com.
When I first heard of Arik,
whose music is controversial.
And I think it's just sort of like a topic because, you can hear a difference in his voice.
Do we even broach that topic?
But there was just something about it that stuck with me, and I just kept wanting to listen to it more and more.
I was drawing emotion from his art.
I do put a lot of feelings into my music.
So I asked my son, I said, well, who is this? What is this? And
may or may not hear the limitations.
So somewhere inside of him, he has a feeling about it.
I think the fact that he has created his own lyrics,
had such guts and such wisdom that he deserved to be heard.
What is music after all? But
it was more than the music. It went beyond the music. It's beyond the music with him.
Make him shine like a diamond.
Knowing Arik feels like $1 million
really ultimately makes his, what some would say, a disability, an ability and a gift.
Music is like my therapy.
And I felt like he was such an inspiration.
He portrays his art.
I want Arik to be that person in their mind that they think of, and for them to be inspired.
Arik is extremely talented.
I give Arik huge props.
Everybody
are inspired by it. So Arik, everybody knows you for what you do, right? You're a performer. You got millions of followers. Your music is uniquely your own, right? And a lot of people, they love your music. They say you're an inspiration. They have compassion. Other people kind of make fun of it. They say it's kind of a joke, but they still listen to it also, and they share it with others. And I just looked at one of your videos online, and you got like 3 million views, which is amazing.
I don't mind, but like our types of people love my music or not. I'm just doing music. But like for me, to put music, like I love. Anyway,
tell me about your mom said she thought you were in there doing homework one day, and you were in for a long time, and she was very proud of you. But then she learned you weren't exactly doing your homework. What were you doing?
I was recording music.
And where did you get the music to record?
My dad my mom set me up to go to this garage band thing at the Apple store.
Okay, but it never occurred to me that I could compose my own music and write my own songs. What made you decide to do that?
When did COVID happen?
Mm-hmm. In 2020?
Yeah.
So what do you think of your music? Do you love your music or dislike it, or what are your thoughts on it?
I love it.
What do you love about it?
The reason why I love it, because music for me, it is like kind of music is like my motivation, and same with music is like when I do make music, I do put all my effort into it. It's on or more.
You can definitely hear that, and you can hear your passion for that. Do you think that's why you have fans? Because they hear your passion that you put into it, and that's what makes a good musician?
I do put a lot of feelings into my music, because music for me, it is like my therapy.
I bet. I think a lot of musicians put their feelings into their music, And that's what makes great music, really, is it's art. It's art expressed through words and sound, right?
Yeah.
Did you expect anything close to the response that you were getting?
No.
Did you expect any response? Who did you make it for? Did you make it for yourself or for your mom or what?
For myself.
That's sometimes the best way to do it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Arik, how old are you?
I'm now currently 20 years old.
20 years old. So you're a young adult. It doesn't come up as a surprise to me that you're experiencing a lot of the same dreams and desires of other young adults that are 20 years old. And one of those, your mom tells me, is getting into a relationship. Tell us about that.
Yeah. For like a relationship for me, I do want to find a girl who does the same traits as me, like I'm in love for music, beautiful eyes. I just want a girl like just like love me, like who I am.
So you don't have to change in any way.
Yeah.
That's nice. What your mom tells me that there's one kind of girl that you just wouldn't prefer to date, and that would be a girl with Down syndrome. And she said that because apparently a lot of people try to set you up with girls that have Down syndrome. I'm curious, why is that?
Okay, no hate towards the disability girls anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to be their friend, but this dating them is not in the right, not in the right boat for me.
Okay. So if you had a date and you went on a date, where would you take them?
I would take them to the favorite restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
After that, we're going to walk in a park or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
After that, watch the stars.
What would you talk to them about?
Talk to them about. I'm going to talk to them about what do you do for a living? How has your day been? And more.
Yeah, it sounds like you got the right questions. I think that's it, right? Let the girl learn more about her, and she will like you more, right?
Yeah.
Did you want to talk about, Arik made a really powerful statement about how people say to him, you have disabilities, you should date disability. You have Down syndrome, you should date someone with Down syndrome. You should collab. You should make music with another person with Down syndrome. You should, all this. You should work at Publix. Like, they tell him these things that he should do. And he's like, don't put me in the box. I don't have to date a girl with Down syndrome because I have Down syndrome. I date a girl that I like, who's delightful, all these things. But he talks a lot about that. Like, people say, oh, collab with so-and-so because they have Down syndrome. He's like, I don't want to collab. We're not even artistically even the same. What are you talking about? It just really irks him. So I'm just wanting to say that we did have a conversation about that was really powerful this morning.
That's a great conversation, Arik. And you recall that conversation too, I'm sure. Tell me more about what your mom just said.
So basically, I don't like people putting me into a box. Mm-hmm. Because I just want to get out of the box to be like myself.
And people, I think, are well-meaning when they say things like go to work at Publix, because they see people, and I worked at Publix, they see people with Down syndrome at Publix, and they go, oh, Arik, that kid's like Arik. He could do that too. And of course you can if you wanted to, but it sounds like you're doing really well doing something else, and that's what you're doing right now. Is that right?
Yes.
Have you ever had a job before this, like a regular job?
No. Well, I'm technically yes, but no.
What did you do?
My dad the company called There's this shop called T21. That one there stands for Tribal 21.
Trisomy 21. Trisomy 21.
Okay. And so that's a real job. And this is, of course, a real job too, but this is a performance-based job. How does this job, you being Arik, you being yourself, you coming up with lyrics, you coming up with backdrop music, you singing those lyrics, you recruiting other people to be in videos with you, and I assume we film those videos and edit those videos. How does that compare to the real job you had before?
For this job makes me feel this is me.
I think that's what makes people smile, because you are truly being you. I was reading some of the YouTube comments online. They're amazing. And people are just, they're giving you all these accolades and saying all these things. And I will tell you, the first time I listened to your music, I was actually laughing. I'm like, what am I listening to? I didn't know you had Down syndrome. I thought you were just singing in a very unique way. But you know what? It made me laugh, almost in tears laughing. And I realized something. You brought out emotion. I listen to music all day long in my car, all these different genres, from rap to rock to everything in between. And most of the time I just there's not a lot of feeling in there, but your music brought out emotion. Do other people tell you that?
No.
Well,
besides your mom.
Just your mom? She's the only one who's told you that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you definitely bring emotion out in people, because a lot of people share your music, and a lot of people comment on your music, and a lot of people view your music, and they view it up probably more than once, because one of your rap videos, you have over 3 million views, which is just amazing. Arik, everybody's got unique things in their life. There's things they never share with anybody because they feel like, people might judge them in a hard light. For me, it was, for a long time, it's just being unable to concentrate on anything for more than a few minutes without being assisted with some kind of a medication or schedule adjustments. What's something unique about you that's not obvious already, that you've never shared with anybody before now?
For me, every time I wake up during like a long night of work and more music, it's always in my head. Every second, every minute, every hour, I do have music in my head.
Wow, that is a great answer. And that might explain why you can come up with lyrics so quickly and so compellingly and so professional for somebody, especially with your disability, but in general. Do you know who Bob Dylan is?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah. So he's a musician, and he's really good and talented. And like you, he rhymes really well, but sometimes it's hard to hear what he's saying exactly. And people love that. They embrace that. That's actually one of the things that makes Bob Dylan. And I think that's one of the things that makes Arik Ancelin. And I think that helped you. They liked it, they enjoyed it, and they shared it. And some people were inspired by you, and they liked it, and they enjoyed it, and they shared it. It sounds like you're really writing and singing for all those people as well as yourself. Would that be a fair statement?
Yes.
Good. I want people to hear that. Very nice. Do you have a new album coming out, or a new song coming out?
I'm going to put out a new song very soon, but for the song, the song I want to talk about is called Emerald and the Smooth.
Emerald and the Smooth is the name of your song?
Yes.
So this is one of the genius things that Arik did. So when people would respond to Diamond in the Rough, there became this TikTok trend of saying, well, what would be the next song? Like Ruby in the Dirt or Topaz in the whatever. And the writing, then it got to be this thing where it said, do Emerald and the Smooth. So for a long time, Arik was like, haha, very funny, whatever. Then he was genius, and he said, you know what? I'll make Emerald and the Smooth. And he collaborated with Moonlander, who's a wonderful artist, up and coming artist, really nice man, so talented. And they made this sort of ha right back at you. You want Emerald in the Smooth? I took Diamond in the Rough and I turned it into this and this, and here's Emerald in the Smooth. Guess what? You can do it too. You can do it too. And listen to the song. The lyrics are genius. He wrote the lyrics. It's so good. And it's been out for a couple of months, and people are like, "Whoa, Emerald in the Smooth, you really made it." And it's not a joke. It's a great song.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just came out. So.
That's fantastic, Arik. You got a great. I want to ask you about your mom. She's your manager and she's your mom, and she's obviously doing a really, really good job. And I hope you're appreciative, and I'm sure you are.
Yes.
But I've never had a boss that's also my dad, except when I was a kid and they told me to clean my room and wash the dishes. But your mom's there every day, both to support you and to help you. What do you like most about having your mom as your manager?
So I do have two managers. My sister and my mom. And then doing that, the reason why I love my mom a lot because when I do have an idea, but I don't know what words to say, she will help me with that.
That's excellent. Good to hear. Well, Arik, I'm going to go listen to Emerald in the Smooth as soon as we get off here. So thank you so much, Arik. Thanks for coming for joining us this morning.
Of course.
All right. Have a good rest of your morning.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Celebrate art, celebrate fashion. Today on Instagram with Jen Ancelin's Ferdy Fashions. That's right, Ferdy, F-I-R-T-Y Fashions. Follow Jen's Ferdy Fashion trends from designers all over the world. Ferdy Fashion is designed to bring out the best of the best in you. Ferdy Fashions on Instagram, ferdyfashions.com. That's F-I-R-T-Y fashion.com.